The sun is up, but the moon is shining. I smiled as the familiar quote touched my mind. That saying was as much a part of Tyler McCormick as his son bleached blonde hair. He'd sit on the edge of Billy's '59 Ford pickup in Moon Jackson County. With passersby staring at his freckled bottom, he'd shout, "The sun is up, but the moon is shining." Yep, Tyler was a hoot. Most people thought he was unpredictable, but not me. We've been best friends since that time he put those frogs in old Miss Schickler's desk back in the first grade. To me, Tyler was real predictable. Just expect him to do the unexpected and you couldn't go wrong. Except that last time. Who the hell could have guessed he'd actually try to make it across those tracks? I could feel hot anger bubbling up inside me as it always did when I thought about that day, and I took a sip of beer and tried to cool it off. Damn train. You could see them passing by when you sit on my back porch. That's why I sit on my front porch. But no change of location can block out the whistle's blow. The sound of a train whistle still makes my heart stop. Sitting here on clear blue days like this, I wonder what life would have been like had Tyler made it across those tracks. Then red hair and the grayest set of eyes flashed into my mind. Amber Christine. She was Tyler's girl. Had been ever since he told her drunk old man, "If you hit her again, the sheriff will find some of your body parts scattered all over Jackson County." Then he smiled that famous dimple smile and added, "But only some of them, Daddy." Man, Tyler was wild. He had a good heart, though, and he loved Amber Christine something fierce. Same way she loved him. They were going to get married. Tyler always said she'd be his wife. He said he loved her so much not even death could come between them. Said he'd find a way to be with her no matter what. Yep, that's what he said. He'd find a way no matter what. I took a sip of beer to ward off the thoughts I didn't like thinking. I remembered instead when Amber Christine told Tyler about the baby. You never seen a happier man before or since. He came running over to tell me about the baby. He was all puffed up like a rooster. "Denny, I'm going to be a papa. Can you believe it? Amber Chris and I are going to get married real soon before the baby gets here. My baby won't be a bastard too. I'm going to be a better father than either Amber Chris or I had." Man, he rambled on and on about teaching his boy to fish right away. He said they'd be able to sneak off all day, just the two of them. That dimpled smile stayed plastered on his face for all of Jackson County to see. Then for some fool reason, he tried to beat that train. And who knows? Maybe it was going to be McCormick's last stunt before settling down with Amber Christine. Remembering Amber Christine screamed when I told her about the accident. It wasn't no damn accident. He was just being Tyler. My mind always breaks in to protest when I call Tyler's death an accident. But that scream still brings chills to my soul. She just stood there screaming and screaming, just like that train whistle. After that, it was like she sort of died too. I would talk to her, check in on her for Tyler, but she wouldn't respond. She'd just stare into space, gone from life like Tyler. Then one day I asked her about the baby. She'd lost her man. Nothing was going to bring him back. Certainly not her dying too. And what about the child? Did she want to lose it as well? Tyler was gone, but she still carried his seed. She had someone to live for, didn't she? Her eyes flickered for a moment like a drunk man finding himself cold sober on a Sunday morning. Her hand slid to her rounding stomach, and for the first time in the 3 months since Tyler's death, she cried. She sobbed about all the things she and Tyler would never get to do, about all they'd lost. She cried like her heart had broken. I suppose to an extent it had. Lord knows there's still pieces of mine all over the place. As she cried about Tyler never getting to see the baby or teaching him to swim, I ached for my friend and his lost dreams. When I felt her slender arms around my waist and she was crying about Tyler's baby never having a name, about it being a bastard, about how Tyler never wanted that, and I knew what I had to do. And we were married 3 months later. Tyler's baby had a name. It was the last thing I could do for Tyler. As I stood there in my best suit, sweating bullets and squeezing Amber Christine's hand till it hurt, I hoped Tyler understood. I hoped he approved. I hoped he wanted this way. And that was nearly 6 years ago. 6 years, I thought, as I twisted the gold band on my left hand. Amber Christine's a good woman, and I love her as much as any man could love a woman. Her soft lips part daily to tell me she loves me. But every now and then, like at dinner or when we go shopping, she'll slip and call me Tyler. And sometimes at night, when I pull her into my arms, she'll have this faraway look in her eyes, the softest smile touching her lips. And I wonder if it's blue eyes she's seeing instead of my own green ones. Just now I hear the screech of truck tires on gravel. Then I see that soft auburn hair turn the corner and I smile touches my heart for her. I chide myself for still being insecure after all this time. It was rough in the beginning learning to be us without Tyler's presence. But that was a long time ago. Of course she loves me. I'm here and Tyler's only a ghost for her now. Right? Papa, Ma got me a new fishing pole today. Can we go to our spot? I looked down and smiled into the beguiling set of crystal blue eyes whose owner just hurled himself into my arms. I ruffled the sun-bleached blonde hair. Of course we'll go, McCormick. You go get my pole from out back. I see a flash of his dimpled smile before he heads off toward the back porch. As he bounded around the corner, I look up in time to catch the look on my wife's face and the whimsical smile she held. Just then she comes to me, kisses me, and says, "I love you," in the sweetest voice. As she walks past me onto the porch and into the house, I can't help but wonder who she's talking to.